I'm saying that. No, Atia, we're singing. Did you tell me we are singing? If you start, I'll follow. Yeah. So yes, we are singing.
Oh, we are singing?
Yes, she's starting.
Wow.
Just
we are singing.
We'll just follow.
We are singing.
Any song. Okay, actually no, because if I sing somebody's song, I might get copyright issues.
Yeah. Why would you sing someone's song?
I
feel like if it was you, I'd never sing anyone's song.
What do you mean?
Like in my mouth, I work.
Exactly, from morning to...
As an artist, I should not show love for other people's songs.
Okay, it's not like that. It's like
your
own fan, your number one fan.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Welcome to another episode of The Candid Show, and today we are met by, oh my God, the talented, the one and only. Like, I have sung to your songs in the bathroom.
I thought you were going to say, since I was very, very young, and I was just going to be like, really? Like, this is happening again? People always say that for like the longest time I've been singing your songs. Guy. But that's good to hear in the shower.
So we have Sanaipei and we have Eva, and we're going to have a conversation of just life in general and the music industry and mental health. And yeah, let's get into the conversation.
I thought you were starting with a song.
Yeah.
No. As in, see, she offered.
Oh,
okay. Enter with a
but then
jam,
we should start with a jam so that like we relax, we ease into
I mean, if you're going to welcome me, at least let me feel like I'm in a place where people know my jams. I'm so joking. It's okay.
So, do you want to sing now or at the end?
Baadaye.
Okay, so
Kwanza mkunywe chai. Tea.
I'd love to, like, what do you do? Who is Sanaipei? Who is Eva? What do you do? What are you about?
Eva, would you like to go first?
Okay.
This is me. These are still points.
Okay. So, I'm Eva Lanoi. I work as an executive administrator. And then I like to call myself an aspiring musician. Lakini I only do covers. I only do covers.
Well, if you sang my song, it would still be a cover. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's Eva.
Eva.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sanaipei is a very simple, down-to-earth, very humble individual who was born and raised in Mombasa. She basically has only one sibling, and that's an older brother. Yeah. So all those two little marks for vidondas are courtesy of him. My tomboyish side is courtesy of him. She is also a very conservative, very, very introverted kind of individual. She only opens up when she needs to, like now. And lives life, loves it. Started appreciating it a lot more as she grew older. Yeah. That's basically it. She's a singer, she's an actress, she is a voiceover artist, she's a former karaoke host, former radio presenter, hopefully going into TV one day. Wow. So be careful about your job, I'm just saying. That's basically it.
How long have you been in your profession?
Okay, so in the profession, I think we can now say, gosh, and it sounds very difficult to say, 17 years. So, because obviously I got into the music in 2004. Yeah. This was now through Coca-Cola Popstars. And then, the group that I started with, SEMA, that, just died in like 6 months. And then after that went solo, did a couple of collaborations, been solo since. Never been signed, I'd be very proud to say that. So I've always done my music the way that I want to do my music and sing about what I want to sing about. When it comes to acting, I can possibly say 5 years, because I did a cameo in Anti-Boss and then went on to do something in Vashita as Eva. And I don't know why people give me evil roles. I'm not an evil person.
You have that stun face. I think it's a stun face.
Oh, when I have to put it, I do.
Good thing.
No, it's not a good thing. People find you unapproachable, which is something that I've actually experienced. People are like, oh, you can't talk to Sanaipei, you can't, So anyway, so then I did Aziza as the main, and then I'm now in Kina as Nana Tandala.
Back to SEMA. Do you keep in touch with them? Where are they?
No, I think what people need to understand is that we were never friends. Like we didn't actually get into this thing as knowing each other prior to. Right. We were all very different individuals from different backgrounds with our own agenda there, and won the competition, came together, and I think that's one of the reasons or one of the things that caused us strain is that we were not friends and we were very different individuals. As much as that common goal is what should keep you together, it becomes difficult. And especially you're dealing with 19-year-olds, you know, who've just gotten into the limelight, who are making money for the very first time. Your head is everywhere. Yeah, scatterbrains.
Okay.
Sure. So no, we don't keep in touch. I've seen them around once in a while here and there, but that's about it.
When would you say your music career became successful and how?
Oh my God. You don't think I was successful from the
No, when would you say, okay, this is when, no, when was it like, this is it for me, nimefika sasa?
Honestly, it hasn't gotten there.
Okay.
I still am not there. I know that I can do a lot better than I've done. I can put in a lot more than I have. And I think there are certain musicians that have said that music is just a hobby for me. For me, my music is to pass a message. It's for you to learn something. It's not just entertainment. Yes, it'll have a nice melody, something that you can sing to, but you have to get something from it. So to some people that might look like a hobby, but I take a lot of time and keenness when it comes to writing. What am I telling people? What are they getting from me? Have I put in as much as I could? No, I haven't, because then again, I've also been very overstretched. I have been doing one too many things. Like I'll be hosting karaoke, then in the morning I'll be going to the radio to do my show, and then, you know, I'll be writing on the side or doing a collaboration or shooting a video. So there's really maybe a lack of concentration on one thing from my end. That one I will admit. And I think that there's also the aspect of how big do I really want to be in the music. For me, it's not about the fame. It's not about, do I want to make money? Yes, because obviously if I put in money, I want to get back money. And this is my livelihood. This is my time. But I think there are people who want it very badly. No. And I'm not on that level. I don't want the fame that badly or to be a global star. Nah. If you see the music, you hear the song, you like it, okay.
So I wanted to ask, Eva, you didn't answer, you didn't tell us, how long have you been doing what you're doing?
Wow.
Because
wait, which part?
17 years.
The covers? I don't know. I mean, I went, after high school, I went to Sauti Academy. Yeah.
That's a nice one.
But I didn't even... I mean, I didn't go through the whole thingy because a baby came along, nini. But then, when was that? I don't even remember how long ago that was.
You see now, if you were pregnant, we'd think it's pregnancy brain,
but
it isn't.
So
how are you going to justify?
Iliachwa pamoja na pregnancy brain. But I think that was in 2013. That was in 2013. That's when I went to music school. That's when I started doing covers. I wanted to before, but I think... As people would say it, niliharakisha maisha kidogo. So then I had to now choose job, shule, because I had to do all of them at once. Yeah, so I'd say from 2013, nikipose tu katikati, with a lot of breaks, yes.
I feel like on this show, we bring people, like Amira, you know, like do you feel like you like what she's doing? And
Sana?
Yeah,
by the way, I auditioned with your song back in 2013. I think it was 2013 or 2013. Nili auditioned na Mfalme wa Mapenzi.
Wapi yuko?
Your Sauti Academy. You know, you have to audition to actually get in.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that. Is that why everyone at Sauti Academy can sing? Because obviously they have to sieve you out.
Yeah, imagine you audition for you now to get in, then now they train you vocally, writing. Yes. So yeah, I auditioned with, yes, so I would say I have been your number one fan. Sijui kutoka lini.
Mimi nimesikia tu pale kwa uli audition na nyimbo yangu and you got through, si ndio?
Tulikuwa tunasema something.
You got through, yes?
I did.
Haya. Hiyo cheki kuje. First minus there's a law.
I did. So again, I don't think I am where I want to be in terms of career in music, but I will still pursue. Like, it's never too late. Yeah?
It's never too late.
Say that she still feels like she hasn't done it. I feel like that's encouragement enough to tell you that you have time.
It also depends on how far my yardstick is.
So what are some of the challenges that you have faced, like, so far?
As
doing so much.
Musician or
just
the challenges are different. I could literally take this and start writing lists. I think Let me just generalize it as a person in the limelight, as an entertainer. Challenges come with, there's so many. There's people not really knowing who you are, the true you. And it doesn't help that many of our media platforms are all about selling, you know, so they can interview you and perhaps twist something that you said to create a headline that will get the attention. They don't realize that all of us come from homes, we have families, we have parents, we have relatives who will read these things, believe these things, and even start questioning your parents, kwani walimlea vipi, you know, those kind of things. So people don't get to know the real you. The other challenge of getting to know the real you is accessibility. Obviously, if you're going to be a celebrity who has desirability, accessibility cannot be an easy thing. So you have to stay away from people. You can't share too much. Therefore, you're leaving an opportunity for the media to actually tell your story. Right. So it's really a catch-22. You want to interact with your fans, you want to tell them who you are and show them who you are, but then you also have this side where you're trying to create this desirability as a celebrity. I think for me, as an entertainer, that is one of the major challenges, that I cannot interact with you on the level that I want for you to know who I am, yet I cannot control what the media says. And I think also to some extent, I'm not the kind of person who shares too much on social media. I'm not going to tell you about my personal life. If it's music, I'll talk to you. If it's acting, I'll talk to you. But anything that I've not put out in the public forum is none of your business. So people go poking, people go digging and fight. Like I read one part that said my parents are born again Christians. Me, I don't know when I said that stuff. There's another one who said, Sanaipei, this one is not the Ntimama, she is the Masai Meru. I'm sorry, what? Where is Meru even in my blood? You know, so I think that's one of the things that I'm also trying to change with my music, and there's a couple of songs that I'm writing towards that where I feel people need to understand that you do not need to share your personal life on social media. It is dangerous. It is, you know, you are to some extent going to affect those future generations that you bring into this world, because there's no eraser big enough to rub off what you have already put out in media. So yeah, they don't know the true you. When it comes to music, it's, you know, music is changing. Music is all now sex, money, power, drugs. That is not a direction I'm willing to go. Unfortunately, that's what's moving the world today. And if you're not half naked on screen, then nobody wants to see what you're giving, you know. If you're not singing about, let's party, let's drink this, let's go, you know, and I don't know, I was going to say something very bad that I can't say on camera, but that's the way the music is going. Not to say that we don't have our fans. Our fans are still there. People who appreciate clean music they can listen with their kids, they can watch your videos with their children. It's there, but it's small and it's shrinking. But we still have to try to make an effort to educate the youth.
So am I allowed to ask about like the songs that you sing? Are they usually about someone? Because they're mostly love songs. Is there like someone who's watching it that like, yeah, she sing about me, guys?
I don't think there's anyone who can say that.
Confidently.
Yeah. Well, maybe one. But my songs are either personal experiences or experience of somebody that I know. It's never just out of the box and I've just sat and imagined, what if I wrote about... No. Because that's how you're able to give it feeling. If you've never experienced it or experienced it secondhand, then you can't really bring out that emotion. Yeah. I won't tell you which songs though.
Stambia, don't tell us. It's okay.
No,
it's okay. It's okay. So Eva, this is an opportunity to ask, because I feel like what are some of the challenges that you face? Like you want to become an artist, you want to produce your own music. What are some of the challenges you face? And if Sanaipei can answer you that.
I think top of the list would be balancing personal life, and then, because I would find that when I was back in Sauti Academy, we would have gigs to go for, but I couldn't because of my kabebi, and then I have school. Yeah, so just balancing all those things. I think that would be top of my list. So I mean, how do you balance? Is it like you step kuna sana wa entertainment and then ukienda home you become someone else?
Sana akishuka stage hiyo imeisha. Let me just tell you. For a long time I couldn't find that balance. And I think for me it came with age and appreciation of the things that I value. I'm not saying that just because you're, not you specifically, but just because you're a person in your 20s, then it's an excuse to get away with it when you don't balance things. That I'm 20, I'm supposed to be partying with my friends and stuff like that. Right. But for me, that appreciation of the things that I value came with age. And one of those things for me is family. Family is number one for me. There is nothing that you can tell me to do and ignore my family. There is no amount of money you will put on the table that will make me ignore or disrespect my family. So I think once you're able to put down, the things that you value and the things that take priority, then you're able to balance and say, okay, so I'll do this for 2 hours, then I will rush and do this. And because everything else is important, like the gigs, you do the gigs, you get paid, that's how you're able to take care of your child, but it's like if you have a week and they tell you there's a gig every day, you just tell them, that obviously cannot happen, because then what happens to your child? So you have to prioritize and then eventually now split things equally. Yeah, that's what I do. I mean, I did go home quite a lot. A lot. For me, I will abandon everything for Famo, always. That comes as number one. Money and everything else, it will come.
That's really nice. So, with what you've mentioned about like being in the limelight and how hard it is, like with everyone being in your business and all of that, I feel like that can affect you with even how you think about yourself, what you feel like you need to show people and what people expect of you. Yeah. So are there some mental health issues that you can highlight that you faced or seen someone in the industry go through that could have been avoided?
I think, and because first of all, I was lucky that I was introduced into this industry at a very young age. And some might say that's unlucky because you are not grown up enough to have a mind of your own to be able to say, this should not affect me, this can affect me. Yeah. But it happened at such an early stage where people would write bad things about you or lies about you. And you would be affected. Every human is these things can happen. You don't want somebody to say bad things about you or to say lies about you. But then you start to ask yourself questions, and I think this is something that people do not do a lot. Ask yourself, who is this person? What do they know about me that whatever they say should affect me? No. They really are nobody to you. And if somebody says, oh, but they're your fan. No, that's not a fan. A fan is a supporter of your music. A fan, even if they criticize you, will constructively do it. Will not be destructive, like say, we umechapa. Like I still get those ones, umechapa, umezeeka, or things like your friend's children are in Form 1 and you are just there busy taking photos and stuff and whatever. But you still get those things. But other than the fact that I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. And this is not the way you should go. You shouldn't just sit there and say, I don't care. No. But you should ask those questions. Like, who is this person? And how have they approached this issue? Like, I remember one time when I shot Mfalme wa Mapenzi, somebody said, very good song, very beautiful vocals, very good visuals. Only thing that's a bit of a miss here is the lighting. Now that you can take, then you tell your director next time, lighting ilikuwa imeambiwa tuko hivi na hivi. But not somebody who just comes out and says, umezeeka sasa, you've been doing music for too long. That is somebody clearly who has their own issues. And then that's another thing to realize, that people out there are going through so much that they don't realize it's affecting their personalities, So you just take it to the pinch of salt and move on with your life. And then obviously don't care.
Don't care. That's a tip, guys. Yeah. So what are some of the do's and don'ts in like this industry that you've carried with you throughout the 17 years? Like some things that you've learned, then you know, this one and this one, don't do this, Eva, don't do that.
Well, number one is definitely do not share your personal, anything. I think if you look at my Instagram, I've only shared my mom's photo once. And I was with her and somebody wrote and said, that's not your mom. I'm sorry.
So they know your mom.
They know my mom. Apparently, me, I don't know my mom. Hey. Anyway, so it's difficult to tell people what not to do. I'll just say what I haven't done and what I have done. I have not shared personal information on social media. It is none of anybody's business. And I will say that proudly and confidently. Who I date, what children I have, what school they go to, what car I drive, whether I went to Dubs or I didn't go to, that is none of your business. If the music does not satisfy you, if the acting does not satisfy you, kindly unfollow. I'm not afraid of having 3 followers. I really am not. At least they are genuine, and it's the same thing that informs or drives my liking of genuine followers. Number 2, don't do things for publicity. I think it is the thickest thing you could ever do. Like seriously, you want to lose yourself, the real you, for purposes of what? Of followers, of clout, of what? So somebody said, oh my God, you're so hot. And then what? Or you had 6,000 likes. Yay! Now you can sleep. You had 3 likes and you're having nightmares. My God, these are human beings just like you, with red blood just like you. Nothing makes them more special. Nothing. And that's why I think also for celebrities, it's important for you to recognize that as much as, yes, there is something that you do that is extraordinary, that brings you these people who like you, it is very important not to have madharau, usidharau fan. The fan is the reason why you're there. Right. If they don't buy that ticket, if they don't buy that music, if they don't request that song on radio, guess what? Nobody will play you. So just remember that everyone is red-blooded just like you and deserves the equal kind of respect. So those are the don'ts.
Yeah.
The do's. Respect is everything. If you respect yourself and you respect your family, you respect your money, you respect your job, then you will respect also the people around every situation that you're in. That's it. If you have self-respect and respect for other people, things will go easy.
All right.
I feel like you're waiting for another point.
No. Wow. I wanted to ask Eva about, because I asked Sanaipei about mental health and like things. Have you ever gone through like any mental health issues?
I think for me it was anxiety. I'd say I've hit rock bottom in my life like twice. So I was anxious about everything brought about by change, like, let me just mention one. I don't want to like get it out there, but say loss of a job. Life changes. You're used to a kasalo at the end of the month, you know, this and this, like everything is figured out, alafu all of a sudden.
It's not
So for me it was anxiety. How I dealt with that, Google was my friend. Like I'm not like imagine. I don't speak out. I prefer just keeping things to myself, which is not a good thing by the way, but for me it works that way. So the best thing for me was just reading through what other guys have gone through, see how they're dealing with it, see what I can actually pick from there, you know, if it will work for me. And it worked.
Yeah, that whole feeling of knowing that you're not alone actually works for everyone. Like when you talk about it, when you reading about it, I don't know, because
that was very constructive.
I don't know. People are going through it, by the way.
Yeah, but it's very interesting that you took a constructive approach. Because when you talked about rock bottom, I was like, have I been there? I think so, and I think I took the destructive path, because then Google was your best friend, me tequila was my pal, you know, and it didn't appear as though I was doing anything wrong. You start making excuses like, it's not like I'm drinking anyone's money. See, it's my money. It's not like I've gongad anyone's car. It's my car. It's not like I'm drinking in people's houses. I'm in my digs, you know. So it's commendable that you actually took that approach as opposed to now joining those pals for, you know, it's a drink every day.
I think people just need to find what works for them. It's tough because not many people know actually they are going through mental health issues. So if you do realize it, if you're aware, you just find something that works for you.
true. Very true. Wow.
What about you?
Are you guys serious right now? Are you guys serious right now? What's the question again? Mental health issues?
Yeah, and the do's and don'ts.
You know, I'm in my 20s. I feel like that's an everyday life. Like,
Wow.
every day. Like, it's, you just wake up and you're like, okay, today, anxiety? Okay, I will know. Tomorrow, that, all right. I feel like it's every day. Like, I struggle with different things every single day. But then you just find a balance. You find a way out. I feel like for me, what works is being busy.
Okay.
Like, just staying employed and doing what I love works for me, because when you're doing what you love, you get like a drive or like a certain purpose. You just want to wake up every morning despite like your bad moods and all of that. So what I do, I cry a lot, and so that helps me. I think crying does. Yeah, it helps me. But yeah, I go through mental health. I feel like, I don't know if everyone does, but I think it's normal. Like, people should just know it's normal. It's the way of life, like cine life, you know. Yeah. So anything you've done differently? Anything?
A lot.
Okay. I thought you'd say nothing, because I find people with no regrets in life. You know, like, I don't regret anything.
No, when you get to third floor, okay, I don't know, you'll just revise some things and you'll realize that it was not necessary to do that. And yes, that makes you feel like you wish you did things differently. I remember, and I keep using this example all the time, even when I'm talking to my dad, I remind him. So obviously I have an older brother, and going out to the club, he's not interested. But this chick needed to go out to the club. But I was told, if he's not going, imagine you're not going. So you can imagine how many nights I spent at home because my older brother doesn't want to go out. So I remember this one time we had moved to Nairobi, and my dad, I wanted to go for a party. And my dad told me, no, he doesn't think it's safe, and if my brother is not going, then that's not acceptable. And then he went on to say that, Mommy, these parties will be there. You will find yourself on a Friday wanting to stay home. Of course, you're there with your arms. That thing you don't know.
You don't think
This party is not going to be there again. The same people will not come to this party. And he was like, oh, sure, Mommy, I wish you could understand. Anyway, so kelele, eventually nikaachiliwa, nikaenda parties and whatever. Today, and I think even by the time I hit 30, 31, I would sit in my apartment and I can hear boom 12. And I want to just get into the ground, to just silence all that noise.
Yeah.
Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays, I was staying home. So I think people need to understand the right time to do these things will be there. If I knew, I think I would have worked so much harder between my 20 and my 30 that I would have retired, possibly. Really. Because like currently now, I'm building my house. And I should be done this year.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. And I feel like had I done some things differently in my 20s, I would have finished that house by the time I was 25. But I didn't, because I needed to just while out like a crazy person. Okay, no, not while out. But I wanted, to go for the parties, and it was more of the partying than it was of the work hard kind of thing. Because at that time also, you're 21, you're working at a radio station, it's 4 hours a day. You're thinking, oh, what am I going to do with the rest of my day? Let's go party. Yeah. So I definitely would have done a lot of things differently. A lot.
Eva, what would you have done differently?
I'm not sure I should be saying this, but hey, kuharakisha maisha hapana. I got my first baby when I was, I think 18, turning 19.
Yo, for real?
Yes, it was crazy. I'd say it was crazy. Because you have to snap out of being a teen. Now you're a mom. Yeah. So I would say, take your time. I would probably tell the younger me. This is
coming from somebody who's in her 20s.
I would tell the younger me. I would tell the younger me, just take your time. This, like you said, hizi vitu zita happen eventually.
Now I'm curious to ask, like you mentioned your family quite a lot.
I know, right? People tell me that.
No,
like, you talk about your family a lot.
Which means that they're very supportive.
Very.
So has it always been like that? Like for the 17 years, they know this is what you're about, this is what I'm doing?
Absolutely. There is nothing that I do that my parents do not know. There's not a song I'm going to release that my parents do not know about. Sometimes I even consult when it comes
They even
to
watch the videos.
some Swahili words. Yes. So, okay, I know where you're going with this. This is Mfalme wa Mapenzi, right?
Haven't even gone anywhere.
I know where you're going. With Mfalme, I basically told my dad that I've done a song, a sex song, and I don't think it would be appropriate for me to play it for him like I do all my other songs. And he understood. And when it played on Kiss 100, he listened and he's like, Mommy, very good vocals.
Wow.
Traditionally,
He didn't say anything
traditionally, it is not right for us to touch on that subject.
Yeah.
But he understood that at my age and who I am to my fans, this music appeals. So family is involved in everything.
How
Take them
is
slowly.
it, Eva, for you? Like, do your
They love
kids
to
know
tell
you
us.
love singing? Do you sing to them when you get
My
when you're...
mom has been like my number one supporter kutoka even before I knew I could sing. Like I'd sing. I would solo music festival in high school. And I'm like, I have no idea that it's actually coming out really.
Well,
Yeah. So then she'd cry actually. She would cry and okay, why is mom crying? I never really understood.
Wow.
But yeah, I know till this day she says it. She keeps saying she hopes that one day she'll see me on TV. Yeah, so
That's nice.
mom is number one supporter.
Oh, that's so cute. So this is the time we've all been waiting for,
Hey,
where we sing.
wewe.
It is the time.
Oh, guys.
Yeah, it's the time. It's the time. What song are we singing?
Kwanza, she went to Sauti Academy. Me, at least in my
Tunafanya
defense,
mashup.
I did not go to any academy. I did not practice anything.
Are we doing a mashup? Like, what are we doing? Unaenda? Weacha hizo.
Mimi Mfalme wa Mapenzi is my all-time favorite.
So sing it for us.
Guy, no, see.
Me, I'll tell you, I will not even attempt to sing that song because that song is not easy to sing. Me, the musician of this song, is telling you that. For
Shock us.
asking.
Shock us.
Sasa tusikie Amina.
I mean, it's even worse.
No, you're the one doing Amina.
I am not doing it. I'll just do that part. Okay.
Like a tiny part of Mfalme wa Mapenzi.
Okay.
That's no problem.
All right, give it
Just
to
us to
us.
close our eyes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm shy.
Closing our eyes so that we
Right.
feel it.
Malaika zangu zainuka kila naponigusa, pumzi nazo mizanishia kila naponidadisia, vile atanipenda niroga. Okay, to be continued.
Okay.
All right.
Let me ask, because I'm very curious about this. When you sing, because you've been to the academy, do you sing from here or do you sing from here?
Okay, I think it depends, but mostly from here.
Mostly from here.
Depends na song, I think.
Like right now when you were singing, where were you singing from?
Nilimix.
Ni sawa.
I think from here. You want to tell me I'm supposed to sing from here?
Oh, please forget it, because I can't. I think for a very long time when I was growing up, Mariah Carey is who I used to look up to. And so to achieve her whistle almost voice, obviously it has to come from here.
Yeah, I
for
see.
me. So I trained myself so much to sing from here that when somebody tells me from here, I'm like, you're joking. How?
So it's okay.
So
It
do
turns
that
out
part, do
good.
that part. Anani.
Wait,
Just
ngoja kwanza
so that you
tusikie
do it so
Amina
well.
wewe.
Do me
Hey.
time kidogo sana. I'm not going to do the wow, it's coming out.
Haya.
Minataka mucheke siku ya mwisho siwe mpweke, namshukuru Mola kwa kuwepo, nasema amina. Amina, 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 amina. Amina, 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 amina.
You are blessed.
Amen. My mom was a soloist. She was first soprano. And I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Okay, I cannot sing that high. But that was when she was in Costo, in high school. That's Swinging Stars. Yes.
Wow, your voice.
So that's where you got it from.
I did. My dad also sang in the choir, as he says. I'm not too sure how true that is. But even him, he's thrown in his contribution. He's like, I used to sing, mommy. So, yeah. I think. I don't know. When did you know you could sing?
Like Mimi mwenyewe, I think it was after high school. but I've told you, mom used
Yes.
to cry when I sing, and I was
Yeah.
sikuwa naelewa kwa nini. Yeah, so I think it was after high school. That's when now I decided, okay. Oh, karaoke, by the way. That's when after high school I used to party, so that's where I used to go. Nikimba karaoke, hey, the cheers.
Wow.
Oh, okay, let's try this again.
You sing Mfalme wa Mapenzi very powerfully because, like I said, me I sing it from here, but I can hear when it's coming from here. You're just like, oh, okay, she doesn't need a mic. Does not need a
How
mic.
do you feel now that you've been approved by...
When you have rubber stamps, approved, it can move on.
Thank you so much. We've had so much fun. I want you two guys to sing again. I don't
Ah,
want it to
wait.
end. Okay.
Wait.
What are you going to do first?
Hey.
All right.
Umelanga, sing now.
I'm done. That is it for us today. That was so much fun. Like that was beautiful. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching this episode. Bye until next time.
Bye. Oh, that was amazing.
That was awesome.
Na maji, watu wa kunywa maji, wewe.
Tuimbiwe off
Hapana.
camera.